Hello, I have a few updates. As you can see, the hut is looking a bit more room-like right now. I'm pretty sure I left off the last video where we had no proper sockets on the wall. I can't remember if we were waiting for the electrician to pop by and put the last things in or not, but he did do that. I also hadn't painted any of the walls. They had just been put in pretty much. They were primed and ready, but I couldn't do anything painty until the electrician had been back and done his part. The electrician came back. It was a couple more days of them tinkering around with things, putting fuses in, doing stuff in the house, doing stuff in the hut, backing and forwarding. But I have now working lights in here, which is exciting. So there's only two light bulbs on the wall. I have my lights to go over them, but yeah, I haven't put those up yet because we wanted to get things done elsewhere before I put pretty lights on the wall. But the lights in here make such a difference. It's been so nice to be able to come up here and work on things and do stuff in the evening with lights. So that's made a massive difference. We did have a few issues with the electrician. I debated whether to say it or not, but I do feel like it's part of the journey of this, and it would be silly to beat around the bush and not say anything completely, but we did have a couple of frustrations with the electrician situation. He was a friend of my dad's, and so we trusted him with things. He told us he was retired, but that he had a friend who was still doing electrician work and stuff. When he came to give us the quote and the bill and everything, he had charged the same amount for his labour as he did the electrician, which we were not happy about because he told us he was retired and that the whole reason he couldn't do it is because he's retired, he doesn't have his tools and stuff. We just assumed, which we probably shouldn't have, that by him saying he was retired and had no tools and that he had a friend who could do it, that he wasn't going to charge labour for himself because he wasn't doing the same amount of work as the actual electrician. But no, he charged us for him as well. It was just a bit iffy, it was a bit rude to be fair. So I learned a little bit from that. But that was something that we had to figure out. But it's all done, the electric's finished. I have lights, I have electric up here, I have plug sockets, I can charge things up here. It's a usable room now. But yeah, that was just a bit of a bump in the road. There haven't been many though, so I've been pretty lucky really in that sense. But after they had done their bit, it meant I could get on and start painting. Painting was a mental process for me. I first had to choose paint that I wanted. I went to Homebase and picked a few colours, and the colour I thought I would choose from the pictures in the little booklet thing that I picked up ended up being too white. And the one that I thought might be too creamy looking ended up being the perfect white. So painting white paint is tedious, so tedious. That's why it was a bit of a mental process, because obviously the boards were primed already, so they're already a bit white, and because of the little like nooks in them, like the lines, it meant I had to kind of paint those first to get it all in the little nooks and then go over it with the roller. And I found my swing with it and my process and stuff, so once I figured that out it was a bit quicker, but it took days. I thought it might need 3 coats, but it ended up just needing 2 because when it dried, it kind of dried more opaque, which was really, really great. I'm so glad I didn't have to do a 3rd coat, because I was losing the plot by the end of the 2nd coat. I was covered in the stuff. It was just like days and days of being covered in white paint, and my nails and stuff. I couldn't paint my nails because as soon as I started painting the walls, everything would turn white. So yeah, but I got that done, and I figured I'm gonna have things up on the walls anyway, so even if there's bits that look maybe a bit patchy or could have done with a 3rd coat, they'll probably be covered, so I don't need to worry about it too much. And if it does look wonky, I can just go over it with a layer after I've put things on the wall, if it's really bugging me that much. It was also really cool because where the MDF boards joined, they were kind of more obvious before they were painted. You could see exactly where each chunk or board joined to the other one. But once I painted it, they all blended in. So the wall looks like one long wall of panels, like of planks, rather than panels of MDF. So I'm very happy about that. The walls look beautiful and it makes such a difference to the whole room. It's tied it all together into one room and it just, I love it. It looks so good. And once the painting was done, it was kind of a case of figuring out our timeline, and I'm actually going away on holiday next week. So I wanted to try and get it ready to be moved into when we get back from the holiday, which meant I need to get floors in. So I spoke to my cousin, and because he had all of my floorboards that I bought a couple of months ago stored down his workshop in the barns next door. But I spoke to him and he told me which screws and stuff would be best to get and the best way to do it and all of that sort of thing. So then literally a couple of days ago we went down there, brought all of the wood up here. We spent ages trying to work out which sides looked best. So some bits are going to be covered by like the kitchen area and the bed area, so you're not going to see that bit of the floor. So we put like the planks with a slight crack up them or something over those ends because I'm not going to see them, so I don't need to worry about what those look like too much. But the bits with a nicer grain and the nicer like knots and stuff in the wood, I put at this end so you can kind of see them better. I am going to be staining this as well, so it's not going to stay this light. It's going to be more, hopefully, like the colour of this up here. So we sorted out those and which was going to go where. And then we also cut them to size as well. And the next day we spent some time getting them all screwed in. I had my lovely other half helping me as well, which has been really exciting. That's a new venture too for me. Hi!
Hi. You're content? Content? Josh is content. Decent.
Got this, I know how to use a pencil.
That's a mighty good line writing if ever I did see some. Good golly.
So we take it in turns, do lines each?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Perfect.
Because then it's equal blame if it goes wrong. That's why I've tried to do it as greatly as possible.
You like your sun coming out your bum? Moonwalk, bitch. No, I was thinking go a little bit more.
What, towards you?
Yeah, there, a little bit.
I'm gonna shit myself. Between us we weigh as much as like a feather.
Hang on, wait.
If you push down on my back.
Does it need to go this way?
Wait, there we go. Nice. All the weight. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's okay. Is your fingers okay?
Yeah.
That's good then, that's all that matters.
Wait, let's see what the screw looks like. A screw. We put too much weight on it.
That's
Jesus.
amazing!
There's a hole in the floor though, but I'll remember it forever.
It's okay.
So to hold your hand.
I also can't hear out of one of my eyes. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Would you like magic star?
You're not really supposed to be able to hear out your eyes.
Yeah.
You've been babysitting, haven't you?
Yeah, because you didn't need that responsibility.
Well, they're dying, so you took a terrible job.
Well, it doesn't help that I can't hear out my eyes, can it?
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, that's the one. It's big there, but we'll just have to shove it. It might be a case of sitting against the wall and pushing my feet against it to try and get it thingy. God, we're like professionals.
Bob the Builder.
6 down, 3 to go.
By my calculations.
Very lucky, very happy, and he's been amazing with the whole hut situation because obviously he's met me during a transitional stage of my life, and he's just been supportive since day one and has been there to help and knows that this is a big important thing in my life. And he's also very adamant that it's mine still. He's not trying to like be overbearing at all or take over anything. He knows the hut is mine, and he just wants to help me achieve the finished result with it. So that's been lovely, and we've had a lot of fun just like getting things together, getting things sorted, building stuff. We helped get the floorboards drilled in, which was complicated because the wood I got isn't floorboard wood, it's scaffolding boards, and it's quite new wood, so it's still kind of damp. So there's a chance that some of them will bow. and not be completely straight. But it was £300 for all of the floor, and the floor, the black down, people who made the hut were charging was like 1,300 for a solid oak floor. So, you know, I could have gone with that luxury floor, or I got this floor, which it works just the same as any other floor. It's just cheaper and looks a bit more rustic, that's all. The only things that need to be done now, which I'll do when I get back from holiday, is to sand it. So I just need to sand down the whole floor because there's quite a few rough bits all over the place. Sand all those down and then give it a wipe and hoover and stuff, and then I can stain it. I'm kind of at the point now where once that's done, I can move in. It will be very bare minimum, obviously, but the sooner I can move out of my bedroom, the sooner I can sort my office situation out, the sooner I can work again. And I know I've said this over and over, but it's been very hard to work in the house with everything all over the place. So I am itching to get things moving, literally. So yeah, once I've moved things into here, my main bed and the main bits of like things that are in my bedroom that are taking up space, I can start moving the office into the old room, and I can also start building stuff in here. I still have planks left over from the floors because I bought more than I needed, because obviously sensible, just in case I mess up a board or I don't know, something happens to one of them. I didn't want to have to like call up and pay another load of delivery to get them sent here, so I made sure I bought enough and a bit more, but it's meant I've got quite a few planks because we didn't mess up. So I might try and use those to make the kitchen countertop bit. We will see, because that would be really handy, because I could kind of make it match the floor a little bit. Still need to do like the frames and stuff around the window, like the trimming even, and little window sills and stuff. But I figured doing the floors was probably more important, because I can move in once the floors are done. The trim and everything can come a little later when I'm in here. Like, it's not an important function of the hut for me to be able to move in. So that's where I'm at. I haven't really bought anything aesthetic for the hut just yet. But when we were at home base the other day, I saw these, which my boyfriend's mum has these in her garden, and I saw them and I was like, those are really cool. And then we saw them in home base, so we got one, and it's to go somewhere outside, like either hung on the hut or somewhere in the garden. But it's a little solar panelled light that lights up. There's a little hot air balloon, and it's really cute. And things like that make me excited for when the hut is done. I can buy little cute things for the garden and the hut and like the surround and inside and out. I'm very happy with how it's coming along. I'm very happy with how it's all looking. It is very much the vision in my head coming to life, and that feels so good. It's lovely, it's really lovely. It's now becoming a room, like a livable space, rather than just like a bit of a building site. It just looks nice, it's homey and cozy, and in the evenings when it's dark and I put the lights on, it's just so calm, and so I can't wait. Like, I cannot wait to be moved in here. Obviously I'll have like a mattress on the floor for quite a while, but I'm okay with that because it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't need a bed frame to be happy. It's not long now. It's not long. I've got a few more bits and bobs to do, and then I'll be moving in. And then I also need to message the wood burner guy as well, because I need to get him to book me in for either August or September to get the wood burner installed over there before winter, because it will be cold. But other than that, yeah, those are like the last big things to do. And the plan is to obviously be working before the wood burner situation, because the wood burner is expensive, quite expensive. I do have savings, but I don't want to have no savings left at the end of it. I want to be able to be somewhat working and be able to reimburse myself after spending the chunk on the wood burner. But I was aware of that from the beginning, because the wood burner obviously is like the main source of heating. I won't have heating bills because that will be my heating. But yeah, that is all the little updates I have for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing the little clips of what I've been up to. I will record a little span, as I usually do, of what it's looking like whilst I'm saying my goodbyes. But yeah, this is this is what it looks like now, and I love it. Even though the floors are very much splintery, I've been walking around here barefoot just because it feels more like a floor. So I feel like I shouldn't be wearing my grubby shoes on it. That'll be even more so a thing once I've sanded it and it'll be all nice and flat. I'm very happy with it, very content, very excited for the next steps. Thank you all so much for supporting me and still being here and watching stuff in this transitional point of my life. It's tedious, but it's happening and I'm happy, so nothing else matters. I'm very excited to get back into things, but for now, obviously, I am still busy being Bob the Builder. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well though, and I will see you in my next video, which might be a moving in video. Actually, I don't think it will, the next one. I think the next one will be the finishing off bits and pieces, like the sanding and the skirting boards and all those things. And then I will probably do a little moving in vlog. I've got to go and pack my bags for holiday. So I will speak to you all very, very soon. Bye.